right, Tom, disappointing loss on Thursday, but you guys bounced back in a big way on Saturday with the dominating win on Eastern. Just kind of take us through the 2 days.
Sure. The Thursday game against LCU, we didn't have it. They were better than us in almost every aspect of the game. I give our guys credit for trying to come back, but they manhandled us and they beat us up, and it was just a little bit too little, too late. I don't want to say we just ran out of time, because I don't think that's the case either. I think they were just better than us that night. Saturday then, we had a great outing, and our guys really played well. I thought Dalen Williams getting put into the starting lineup really helped us, gave us somewhere to go to offensively inside. And if he wasn't scoring, he was causing some problems down there, and he gets some offensive rebounds. It lets Jesse maybe get a little bit more out on the perimeter, and I think the rotations were really good. The thing is, Eastern is not Lubbock Christian, so we understand that. I think our guys played a lot better on Saturday. I wish we would have played like that on Thursday. Maybe we would have had a chance, but again, Lubbock is a very, very good team, and our league is very good. And I say that because as good as Lubbock is, they had to go on the road, which is always tough. When you go on the road, it's always tough in this league. And Cameron is one of the bottom teams in our league right now, but Cameron was up by 10 or 12 on them, and they had a chance to win it in regulation, missed a free throw with 1 second left. So it went into overtime, then it went to double overtime, and you think LCU's probably going to pull it out, but Cameron had the fortitude and the strength and made some plays down the stretch to win against LCU. So we've got that kind of leads us into Tuesday. Cameron's coming over here on Tuesday, and they've got a new coach. They had a coaching change mid-year, and their players are playing really well for him. They've got confidence. They've got, the expectations aren't real high, so they can kind of just play free, and they're playing really well. So it'll be a tough game for us on Tuesday, and we've got to be ready for that one.
You kind of touched on that. All year you kind of said, too, you never know who's going to win the basketball game. That's kind of why you play it. But, right. Cameron, you see them doing that. Is that something you preach to your players, like, hey, we cannot overlook them?
There's no question about it. And when we went over there and played Cameron, I think we won by 10 or 15, but it was a 15, 16-point game, and we took a couple ill-advised shots, and we were lucky that they didn't make a couple threes, because they got a couple guys that can really shoot it. And if they would have hit a couple, if they could have got it down to 6 or 8, it would have been a tight game. It's a loud gym over there, and it can be a tough place to play. But we were lucky enough to get some stops, and we kept it at that 10-12, kind of just out of reach for them to get back in it. But it'll be a tough game Tuesday. We're going to try to go up and down a little bit today in practice, get ready for Tuesday, but then we also have to get ready for Thursday at Silver City. We leave on Wednesday for that trip, and so I think Western New Mexico is very good. They just lost to DBU by 1. I think DBU is in second in our conference right now, and Western's kind of down at the bottom, but again, that's our conference. Anybody, any given night, any given Sunday, whatever the saying is, you've got to be ready to play.
How do you keep your guys fresh and motivated for a long road trip like that?
Well, obviously you have to prepare, and right now we had Sunday off, so guys, enjoy the Super Bowl. Take some time off. If you want to get some shots up, go ahead, but get your studies done, get rested up, and be ready to go, because we're going to have a hard practice on Monday, tough game on Tuesday, and then we hit the road Wednesday morning, and you're sitting on a bus for 8 hours, and it's tough. It wears on you. And I think that trip when we went to Wichita Falls, DBU, St. Ed's, St. Mary's, got to get them all in order. That trip really wore on us, and hopefully it doesn't get us again on Tuesday or on Thursday. But it's the end of the year. You got to find motivation. We'll maybe give guys off a little bit after our Thursday game when we get back Friday morning. We'll give them Friday off, but then we have to practice again Saturday. And it's just that time of year where you've got to get up for every game, because people are fighting to get into the playoffs. They're fighting for regional positioning, and it's just it's a great time of the year. Don't get me wrong, it's a great time of the year, but a lot on the line right now for a lot of teams.
Saturday, it seemed like you guys came out with a lot of urgency. You're playing a lot of full court press right off the jump. Is that by design, just to kind of get going quick?
Yeah, sometimes we get lucky and we throw some stuff out there and we see what happens. But it's something that our guys, I think, sometimes are a little bit afraid to make a mistake. I sometimes yell and screamer, but it's you got to play loose, but you got to play aggressive, and you got to play smart. And I think going into that full court press, it allowed us just to kind of let our natural ability take over. And Eastern's not the best passing team in the world. And so we forced them into some tough ones. They made some kind of silly mistakes as well. It kind of compounded on them, and then it led us to get going. And it also forced us to make some rotations right away. And I think when you're forced to do that, you just go and you play instead of just thinking about it. Because when you think about playing the game, you kind of slow down a little bit. And when you slow down, nobody's good out there on the court when you slow down and you have to think about it. You have to be able to react and go after it and go play. And I thought our guys, again, all the credit to our guys on Saturday. They really went after it, and they missed a few. They missed a few when we scored. We didn't get into it right away, and but then they got together and they did it again the next time. And they made mistakes. I mean, sometimes even getting off the bench, you make a mistake. You might step on somebody's foot or something and fall down. But you make that mistake once. Don't make that same mistake again, and then you move on. So, little shot there at Hayden Blankley. So,
How was Hayden? That was a tough call on that dunk.
It was. He got barely touched, and I don't know if he thought if he just slipped a little bit, but I don't think it was a flagrant or a malicious play on Eastern New Mexico at all. I thought maybe another play was, but I don't think that one was. I think Hayden just kind of lost his balance. He really hit hard, but he's a tough kid, and he bounced right back up. He didn't want to have to come out. He wanted to shoot his own free throw, so he stayed in there, and he's a little banged up. We've got some others that are banged up. Again, it's the end of the year, so you got to really take care of your body, take care of the mind, and be ready to go, because a lot of fun games coming up here in February and March. March Madness coming up.
Yeah, you're hitting the stretch run. About 5 games left to go. Jockeying for position for yourself. You said other teams are fighting for position. You're fighting for it as well.
There's no question about it. We're right there. Right now we'd have a home game on Tuesday. I think that's March 2nd, March 1st or 2nd, right in there. But it's that Tuesday. And if we can win a few more, and some other teams maybe falter, because some teams have to play each other, we could get that first round bye. If we falter, we could go down and we could be on the road for that first round game on Tuesday. So everybody is really competing right now to try to improve their standing, whether that's a first round bye, getting into the tournament as the host, or even just getting in as one of the top 12 teams. Because there's going to be a couple teams that are going to be left out that are really good, and they're not going to get into the conference tournament, which is just, I've always said all 16 should get in. And when you have these summer meetings, sometimes whatever I say, they do the opposite just because it's me. But I really do. I think all 16 should get in. That's the beauty of March Madness, is anybody can win it. And, get into that conference tournament to try to win the conference tournament to get into the national tournament. That's what's kind of fun.